equally facing some hard times in wake of the COVID-19 pandemic. Our correspondent in Aboagye-Wiafe has been following up on some car rental companies in the Western region and reports at least 13 car rental companies in the region have lost close to 85% of their business from January to June this year. More details captured in this feature.
As it has been the case with many sectors, COVID-19 has affected businesses, and the car rental business is no exception. My visit to most of these places in the Western region to assess the impact of the pandemic on the once vibrant business confirmed the fears of many. The car rental business is really suffering.
In the Western region, the pandemic has actually affected the car rental so well in such a way that we are losing revenue. I'm talking for the association as the president. The effect actually started from January, February, and then it got worse in March. Yes, so in fact, it's actually very pathetic. Losing revenue of about 70 to 90% cutting revenue. Because of this, some of our members in the association have to lay off some of their drivers, some of their workers to be able to run because no one is hiring the cars. And then we in the Western region too, the car rental business came up a lot as a result of the oil companies. Now there's a drop in the price of oil. Even the oil companies themselves are laying off companies. They are cutting down. So this means that if you are hiring to them, they are returning your cars.
As you can see, these fleets of vehicles some 7 months back were running hundreds of miles. But you can tell from the state of the vehicles that it has been parked for several months. The owners of these places need not to tell their story.
Since March, April, it was none, zero. Let me say it is May, June that I've been seeing about 20% work coming once a while. Let me say sometimes a week you have one job or 2 jobs in the week.
For instance, Laser-Free Car Rental used to be one of the key transport service providers for the allied services providers of the oil companies. But now, Benjamin Aboagye-Wiafe tells me that the current turbulence in the oil industry, compounded with COVID, is affecting business.
It's bleak, aside COVID coming in, the oil industry itself is going through some turbulence, right? And so COVID comes in to compound the whole issue. So it's been very rough, I must say. We pray that it stops, but if it continues going at the rate it's going, I'm afraid we may not survive. As a business, we have lost some clients. I mean, some of them had to return vehicles that are on contract. Directly has an impact on us. For even the vehicles that were on what we call open rentals, I mean, that is as and when basis. Once the airport was shut, automatically, were affected.
The car rental businesses started booming in the Western region when oil was discovered in commercial quantities in 2007. But today, most of them are considering a closure of their businesses due to the COVID-19 and the drop of oil price. In Aboagye-Wiafe, Joy Business, Western region.
Great reporting by Aboagye-Wiafe, and she joins me via Zoom for more. I can imagine the Western region is like a tourist destination sort of, and especially with oil find, a lot of expatriates also visit. So I can imagine the impact on these car rental businesses. But what more, Ina, can you tell me? Have they been telling you about their financial positions currently?
Yeah, so Sandra, some of them would have to close down in a couple of months because now there is no business. You heard from one of them saying that in the month of June, March, they had only one person coming in for their cars. Some of the oil companies, as you rightly said, have to bring back, cancel their contracts with them. Some of them used to have about 13 30 days schedule with the oil companies. Now their cars are parked, and so it's like they are losing a lot of revenue. You heard the president, about 90% of revenue was lost. And so they are pleading with government that, and in the beginning of the year today, they bought a lot of cars, thinking that the year was going to be good, because most people thought 2020 was going to be a good year with elections and all of that. But now, because of the pandemic, it's all packed, and they need to pay the companies they bought these cars from. So they are pleading with government to, extend the moratorium they would have to use in paying the banks. These are some of the issues they are facing at the moment.
Certainly 2020 is not a good year. You don't want to say that again. But what method are they adopting to stay relevant, Ina?
So, Sandra, they are using the digital means of getting their clients, they say. But they also adopted to the delivery system. But then you have most of the restaurants closed down because people are not purchasing the restaurant as well. And so the few shops around Western region that, let's say, one rental shop try to do a delivery system, they would have to share among themselves, which means everyone is just getting a bit of everything. Workers being laid off. It's a lot. Their finances gone to the drain, and then the contracts being cancelled from the oil sector, from the mining sector. In Tapa, for instance, a car rental company, the owner I spoke to told me that he had a contract with about 3 mining companies around Tapa. And then the very day that they heard that Ghana had recorded the first case of COVID-19, they told him that he should come for his cars because they are not interested in doing business. Business is not as good as it used to be.
Ina, thank you so much. I know they have loans and they are asking for extension of payments. We wait to see how that goes. Thank you so much for that great reporting, and stay safe, please.
Sure.